What's going on, guys? This is Mikeinoid, and today we'll be taking a look at the NYXI Warrior controller. I've always wanted to get a wireless Nintendo Gamecube controller, also known as a Wavebird. Being able to play games like Metroid Prime and The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker without having to be tethered to a wire has always been a dream of mine since I was a young lad. And while I can still purchase one today, they are a bit expensive for being used up. So why not spend that money on a controller that is not only brand new, but has way more additional features? That's where the NYXI Warrior controller comes in. The Warrior controller is not only a wireless GameCube controller, but it is a Bluetooth controller that lets you connect to the Wii, the Switch, your PC, iOS, and Android devices. NYXI was kind enough to not only send me this controller as part of their 3rd year anniversary, but they also included a bag and some stickers. Opening up the Warrior controller isn't much different from their Wizard controller. It's presented well with a picture of the controller as well with their branding. Alongside the Warrior, you get the user manual, some more information about NYXI, 2 USB-C charging cables of different sizes, the adapter, 2 joystick rings, and a standard stick and a replaceable back paddle. The Warrior controller itself is actually a thing of beauty. Not only does this resemble a traditional GameCube controller, but it is jam-packed with modern day features. You have your home button as well as the screenshot button and the settings button that lets you program inputs to the extra back paddles ML and MR. The L and R buttons are mechanical, which allows for quick and precise activation. You have the 8-way D-pad for precise and versatile directional control. The Warrior is equipped with Hall effect joysticks, which mean they will never develop drift in the controller's lifetime. Thank you, Jesus! The ZL and ZR triggers have adjustable trigger distance. All you do is hit the switch for either one depending on your gaming preference. The A, B, X, and Y buttons and D-pad have optical micro switches, which basically means your inputs will have 0 delay and minimum latency. The Warrior controller also has HD rumble, so just like Joy-Cons and an official Pro controller, you can feel a more distinctive rumble while playing Switch titles. And of course, you have the 6-axis gyroscope, which means the controller supports motion sensing on the Switch. The Warrior did come with an additional C-stick that resembles a modern thumbstick, as well as 2 circular joystick rings. Out of the box, the Warrior is set up with a standard C-stick and the octagon rings to better resemble a GameCube controller. But if you want to swap these out, all you have to do is turn the rings to the left and pull the thumbstick out and install the circular rings and modern thumbstick like so. You also have an interchangeable back paddle. The Warrior comes pre-installed with a paddle that lets you use the ML and MR buttons and a turbo button, but if you don't normally use or need these extra features, then you can swap the paddle for the one that blocks off those extra buttons. I personally don't use the extra triggers or turbo, so having this blocked off prevents me from pressing these buttons, which is a great feature in my opinion. Like we saw earlier, the Warrior not only came with a long USB-C cable that you can use to charge it and connect it wired to your Switch or your PC, but you also get an about average size USB-C cable that you will use with the included adapter. Plug the USB-C in to the adapter and plug the regular USB in into your PC, and you can connect wirelessly this way. You can still connect wirelessly to a PC with Bluetooth, but connecting through the adapter is great too if your computer doesn't have Bluetooth compatibility. Connecting the Warrior to the Switch is just like pairing a regular Pro controller. You'll just need to set it up through the controllers menu on the Switch and hit the pairing button on the controller, or you could just plug it in with a USB-C cable. And of course, the included adapter will plug into a GameCube console, and once you pair it up to the controller, you have yourself a wireless GameCube controller. The Warrior will also work on a Wii console that is backwards compatible with GameCube games. Once you plug in the adapter to the controller port, you'll just need a Wiimote to start a game and you're all set. There's a lot of ways you can pair this controller to multiple devices and program those buttons to the ML and MR buttons and turbo, but thankfully all of that is listed in the user manual, and NYXI actually has a video of them showing how to pair the controller and map those buttons, which I'll leave a link to in the description. Thanks to NYXI, I finally got my wireless GameCube controller that I've wanted for so long. Even though the Wavebird controller was an official controller made by Nintendo, the Warrior controller is an improvement since it is rechargeable and has rumble that can be used in GameCube games. The Warrior can last for about 10 hours of playtime, and charging only takes about 2 hours, so you basically never need to worry about battery life. I'm a huge fan of the Nintendo Switch and GameCube, and the fact that there's a controller that is compatible with both consoles is absolutely crazy. It doesn't matter which version of Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door you have, the Warrior controller has got you covered. The Warrior controller comes out to about $70 US in 3 different colors: purple, black, and spice orange. In my opinion, the Warrior is already worth every penny, but if you use the affiliate link below or use the discount code Mikeinoid, you will get 10% off your purchase. Also, during NYXI's 3-year anniversary, you can take advantage of additional discounts and get a gift with your order when you spend over $39. If you're even the slightest bit interested in picking one up, I highly recommend you order one before July 31st. I mean, you guys gotta hurry up now because the black controller is already out of stock. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think of the NYXI Warrior controller down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and of course, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. The fact I can play this game from all the way over here is amazing. Fun's over.